Hey, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can use the Budget Warrior system to lower your financial stress by easily saving and budgeting for those large expenses that can throw off your monthly budget. I'm Jimmy Murphy, certified financial planner and founder of Money Warrior Academy. So to start off, I just want to do a recap of the Budget Warrior system. You've got your monthly income, you've got all of these categories. The category I want to focus on is the proactive saving category. So what is proactive saving? Proactive savings is the dollar amount you budget and save for monthly in order to cover the large expenses that can either throw off your budget or get put on a credit card to pay off later. The most common categories that I see fall into this are travel and vacations, Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, hobbies if you have expensive hobbies, if you have a lot of annual subscriptions or premiums, or if you're doing a lot of house projects. These are all categories that can easily throw off your budget or often get put on a credit card to pay off later. So what I want to walk you through is saving for these categories requires having clear boundaries. And I'm going to show you what it looks like to save without boundaries versus what it looks like to save with boundaries. And the scenario that I'm going to walk you through right now is the scenario that I see most often with how most people approach saving in general. Most people have their monthly income, they've got their checking account, and every month they just save whatever is left. They throw that into one lump savings account. This savings account works as a catch-all for everything. When it's time for Christmas, it comes from the savings. When it's time for the vacation or season passes or anything else expensive that doesn't fall under the monthly budget, all of it comes from this savings account. It also is the catch-all for unexpected expenses. All of that comes from this one place. Here is the problem with having no clear boundaries around all of these categories. Number one, it creates the illusion that you have an emergency fund, when in reality, you're already going to be going on that vacation. You're already going to be going on Christmas. You already have money mentally set aside that's going to be going towards that. And there's really not much room left over for the emergency fund. It leads you to believe that you can spend more because nothing is categorized. Because of that, it leads you to overspending throughout the year, oftentimes depleting your savings. By the time the year is over, your savings is now very low and you have nothing left for emergencies. There's this annual cycle of depleting and building your saving, making for no real progress and no actual emergency fund. All of this causes you to feel stressed, feel disorganized, and not in control of your finances. So now I want to walk you through what it looks like to save with boundaries. To save with boundaries, I recommend using an online bank in addition to your current primary bank, to your current primary checking account. Use an online bank to help you set up separate savings accounts for all of these categories. Then, when you budget, you get your monthly income, it goes into your checking account, and you have budgeted monthly for each of these categories. And you make the transfer, you contribute each month into each of these savings accounts. Here's the benefit of saving with boundaries. Here's the benefit of using these online banks, which I'll go into more details here in a minute, to help you organize all of your savings. First and foremost, it's going to help you feel confident and feel organized with your finances. You're going to know exactly how much you have to spend in each category. It's also going to help you protect your emergency fund by giving it its own account. It's not getting used for vacation or Christmas or other expenses. It's going to reduce your stress when unexpected expenses come up, knowing you've saved for it specifically, and it's not going to ruin your Christmas. It's not going to ruin your vacation because you saved for those separately. When you have this, it's going to help you to enjoy your Christmas without having to put it on credit cards to pay off for the next 3 months. It's going to help you enjoy your vacation guilt-free, knowing that you've saved for it specifically and it's not hurting your emergency fund. So how to save with these boundaries. I mentioned online banks, using an online bank. I'm just going to give you a brief overview. I've had a lot of people who have been concerned about online banks, so I just want to give you a brief background. These are not new. Online banks have been around for a long time, since 1995. And some online banks you may know, you may have heard of: Ally, Barclays, Synchrony Bank, Citibank. These banks are all fully functional banks. They have the same federal regulations and same security as all other banks. They are FDIC insured up to $250,000, just like all other banks. And they offer a wide variety of services like all banks: checking, savings, CDs, loans, mortgages, investments. But what I specifically recommend using them for with the Budget Warrior method is the online savings accounts. So here's the benefit of using online banks specifically to help you organize your savings. Number one, it is incredibly easy to organize multiple savings accounts. You can name each account, you can give it a specific purpose. Two, it helps you to create a layer of separation between your checking account and the ability to spend. It takes 1 to 2 business days to transfer from there to your checking account to spend. What that does is it reduces you using your savings for impulse spending and making sure that you only use it for its designated purpose. Other benefits: there are no monthly fees, there are no minimum balances, and as a bonus, they earn 100 times the interest rates of regular banks. The reason why is because they don't have brick and mortar buildings. They have lower overhead, lower costs, which translates them to being able to pay out a higher interest. Where that benefits you the most is specifically using it for your emergency fund. When you build your emergency fund to your 3 and 6 month and you've got $5, $10, $15, $20,000, that's where getting an extra 1 to 2% in interest makes a difference of several $100s a year. So that's just a bonus, not the primary reason for using the online banks. So what online bank should you use? There are tons of online banks out there. It's easy to get overwhelmed. If you want to check it out and do your own research, you can check out bankrate.com. It's a third party. They kind of rate a lot of the online banks, tell you what their interest rates are, some of the benefits of each one. Or if you want a specific starting place, I personally recommend Ally. The reason why I've recommended them: I've had them for over 6 years. It's been incredibly easy to use. Transferring money back and forth has been seamless, and the app has been incredibly user-friendly. So you can check out their website, you can check out the app. Some of the other benefits to it's very easy to set up. You can open your account in 5 minutes. Very easy to use, very highly rated. So what I'm saying is a lot of people recommend them. And like I said, there are no fees, no minimum balances. Higher interest rates. The interest rates fluctuate with the Feds, as the Feds raise or lower the interest rate. Right now, it's as of November 2019, the interest rate was 1.8%. But really, that Ally is just to give you a starting place. If you don't want to do your research, or if you don't want to look at dozens of them, you can just start there. But what matters is just picking one. Most of the online banks should work just fine. Most of them should make it easy to organize multiple accounts, should have no minimums, no monthly fees, and should give you the higher interest. What's most important is just picking one and opening your account so that you can organize and save for your proactive saving categories. So when it comes to actually filling out in the monthly budget, filling out the proactive saving categories, you're going to list all of the categories that you spend in large chunks every year. You're going to write the dollar amount that you plan to spend over the course of the year. And then it's automatically going to break that down to what you should save for monthly in order to get there. You're going to open your online savings accounts at your online bank of choice. And you're going to have a separate online account for each of those categories, contribute monthly, into those accounts. And then when you want to withdraw funds, you just transfer the amount that you need to withdraw to your checking account to spend. Here's what it looks like on the Budget Warrior tool. I mentioned using this for your emergency fund as well. So in this example, if your primary goal is your emergency fund, that's what you're saving for, and you're contributing $500 monthly, you have an emergency fund account at the online bank. You're transferring $500 into that emergency fund account. Separate from that is the proactive saving categories. In this situation, you've got 4 categories: travel, vacations, Christmas, hobbies, annual subscriptions, premiums. And this is the monthly amount you're going to want to transfer. You're going to want to have 4 separate accounts, and you're going to want to make these monthly transfers into each of those accounts. So that's what it looks like from on the Budget Warrior tool when you need the money. So that's how you contribute to it. When you need the money, just withdraw from the accounts as needed. If an emergency pops up, you can go ahead and just transfer that money to your primary checking. It's available 1 to 2 business days. That's it for this video. That's the Budget Warrior approach to easily saving and budgeting for the large expenses that can throw off your monthly budget. Take action right now. Think about and write down your proactive savings categories. If you don't have the Budget Warrior tool yet, you can click on the link below. And be sure to watch the next video where I'll talk through the Budget Warrior approach to creating a system of accountability for the categories of your budget that are hardest to stick to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.